Maze Production.
Yo, what's up with y'all? ConneKC Ent once again. This your boy AJ.
What's up, baby?
We got Jay in the building.
What's going on?
We got P in the building.
And I'm here again. You know what I'm saying?
We here once again. We told you,
my friend.
we coming with constant content. That's what we doing. We got a lot of shit on our minds. We always got a lot of shit on our minds. Jay, she came with some heat not too long ago. You know, we prolonged it. We set it out because she wasn't available last time me and you met. Like, we're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
And this is Jay's baby.
Yeah, so nice.
You know, she be, trying to come with some thought-provoking shit, so it's like, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
She gonna go ahead and tip it off.
Not on this one.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's go ahead and just get into it.
Okay.
Jay, I mean, if you wouldn't mind sharing with the world.
Speak freely. You know what I'm saying? Speak.
What the hell you hit us with?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, technically, I wasn't hit with it. I was hit with it from P. Piece in the article. I read the article. So the question of the day is, what really is the face of terrorism?
And before we delve into that, shout out to my guy Denver Ghost, who sent me the link. So that's how I got it. I can't even take credit.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Denver Ghost. And
why don't you explain the article?
Put me on the spot too.
Hey, you caught that nigga mid swallow.
You know what I'm saying? Get my drink all the way settled. But basically, in Denver, I think a couple weeks ago, you had a police officer, a white police officer that was killed by a Muslim extremist, I would say, or maybe even a Muslim faker. I don't know. Whatever you want.
That article.
Once you read the article, but and we'll have this link up on our page too. Once you see the panel show, we'll have a link on there to the page. But nonetheless, some of those in the Muslim community had contacted the federal authorities about this guy's behavior and about some of the things that he was proclaiming and saying before the cop got killed. Now the kicker is, I don't know if Jay, you want me to go ahead and drop the kicker is, the guy who shot the cop was white. And when you look at the national news, it didn't hit nowhere. It wasn't a widespread, or it wasn't a very publicized a detailed article or story in mainstream media. It just kind of like went out there and it was gone. And a lot of the uproar is this not just because they had already alerted the authorities, but so we could have prevented a death from happening. White, black, brown, and different. But the other thing is, once it was known that it was a white Muslim who was a former military guy from here.
He's got some military experience. I gotta say this real quick. Can I say something real quick, Jay? Like, the way the story was when I read the article and it talked about the gentleman, I don't even know if he was technically a police officer, but I know he had some type of security. He worked some kind of security for the transit system.
Right, exactly.
And I think he was helping a couple people, and then that's when this unsub, I'm on my criminal mind shit. Right. That's when the unsub came, shot the security guard in the neck. But when I read the article, the emphasis was on the security guard, which it should have been, because he was a family man. He was a pastor, some kind of minister, but he was just working to provide for his family because he had some downtimes or whatever.
Right.
That's great that they gave the focus on him. But when they start giving details about the shooter, they just touched a little bit on it.
Right. And that's the problem.
Why is that?
Don't make me say.
No,
No. When I say why is that, I'm not asking. It's a rhetorical question. Why is that? When you think of a Muslim extremist or terrorist, what do you think of?
I think of someone that
I think of myself with
has
a lighter hue,
yep,
with the same type of beard and crap.
Someone that's more melanated. Yeah. Basically, yeah, that's really a good call. What Pierre
more
looks
melanated
like.
than the other guy, but
More melanated than the other guy.
No, I'm not. Okay,
Beard.
I'm asking you personally. Your personal bias. What when you think of? What does the media portray? When you think of it? When
Osama
you see
bin
the
Laden.
news? Okay,
Osama. That's the first person.
That's the media is pumped up in our head for our generation.
So that is your personal bias. That when I think of an extremist, I think of somebody from a Middle Eastern country.
Exactly.
With a bomb
garb
under.
his garb.
C4 all on him.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
what is the difference between that and the '90s Super Predator?
What you mean? What's the difference?
Like, what's the difference? I mean, your bias.
No,
the '90s Super Predator. Yeah. Well, it was we were known to be the '90s Super Predator.
Exactly.
Ergo, Hillary Clinton. She called us that, right? Super Predators.
Super Predators. Yeah.
Y'all presidential candidate.
Yeah, exactly. Been great, but black young
she
black
getting
man.
somewhere. Jay trying to get somewhere. I feel like I'm really getting painted in the corner.
I'm lost here. I'm swimming like in the middle of the ocean.
Good.
Somebody help me.
The reason why I asked is because if you think of the media and how they portray different parties or different communities, why then do we allow that to be our bias when 20 years ago it was us and now it's them and then the Mexicans?
9/11 kind of helped us out a little bit, you know. It took a little bit of the heat off of us, just a little. Now, so we still get the stereotypes, you know, from the '90s Super Predator, you know, storyline that they was pumping from the mass media. But again, it goes back to mass media. Nick Cannon just walked away from NBC.
I thought he got fired.
Both. I think it was a mutual thing.
Either way it goes.
He basically told F you, you know, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You cool, you're cool, you're cool. F you, you're cool. I'm out of here, right? But the underlying thing was he had already reported to them that y'all own 95% of media. And then now within that, 95% of the people that's in these positions are white. And none of them are, you know what I'm saying, black or African American or, you know, from any other descent. So it's always going to be y'all story.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you said that there are 4 or 5 companies that own every company?
Viacom.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Is it Universal?
Universal.
Disney,
who's
maybe?
ABC or Disney? No, Disney falls under one
of those.
Who's ABC owned by? Time Warner Cable is under Viacom.
Is it Fox?
Fox is under somebody.
Yeah. It's only 4 of them. I think Disney is one of them.
Is Sony in there somewhere?
Sony's under.
It's right there with Universal.
But it's 4 of them. It's
is
4
it
major players.
It's Vivendi?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's 4 of them.
4
that owns all
the
orchestrating.
Right. And then he was saying out of all those are owned by white people. So it's like where do you think there's room for a story or a narrative to be told that's going to be beneficial for anybody else? He said, you guys got the playing field all jacked up.
You stacked the deck.
Y'all stacked the deck. Yeah, exactly. So when you ask that question about the media and, you know, as it relates to now and what the face of terror looks like, it's going to always not look like a white person. So it's going to if that makes sense, it's going to always not look like a white person.
Yeah.
You know, even with the Timothy McVeighs and you know, Bush, and what's my man that came into the church and killed 9 people? Dylan Roof.
Got walked out with
you know.
bulletproof vest.
And
went to Burger King?
And he got some food.
And he got some food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and he killed a city official.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dude that shot up
the movie
Batman.
Yeah. Yep.
Did we find out what happened with that?
Oh yeah, he stood trial because after I think a year or so.
Was Insanity played or
no? Insanity was what kept him out of trial for a while, but he finally was sane enough to stand trial.
Okay.
And I think he got, I want to say he got the death penalty.
He'll never die though.
Right, he'll never die. He'll just sit on death row forever.
Right.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he got the death penalty.
It's like one day I'll be able to order whatever I want.
Yep.
Right.
We still got something to look for.
Yeah. Wow. Talk about the glass half full, man.
Right,
this guy.
exactly. I'm just saying. but the face and these acts.
Which brings me to my next thing here going on in Kansas City last week. ICE is another term for INS, whatever you want to call it, immigration. Posted up outside of places of worship to nab immigrants.
Iglesias.
And deport them. So, how is that not terrorism?
Ooh, you really landing on us right now, Jay.
I'm just saying, how is that?
That is a low, scummy move, though. I think to go stand in front of a place of worship.
But the way of justifying the scummy is, I didn't step on the place of worship. I just stepped by it. I stepped on your way to your place of worship.
Oh my God.
In your most vulnerable spot, in front of your family.
Yeah.
But my bigger thought beyond all this. So our president, the respectfully ultimate terrorist at this time, we send all these immigrants back to countries, and as I've heard, they're deporting some back to countries they've never been to or come from. So we deport all the immigrants. Then what? Because I know that all of the elite, they're not going to come down and work the jobs that they don't want to work. Who's going to clean your houses?
Back to black people.
Who's going to...
I told you I was going to make it right for y'all. I moved the illegals out of the way. Now y'all can go right back to
your rightful place.
Cleaning toilets. Right.
Yep. We will be the new.
Resume your position back to what you was.
There we have it.
You know, we built this country off of you all's backs. We never intended to let y'all slide.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
wasn't expecting you to stick around for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
you know,
we're gonna beat you mentally.
We didn't think you would start owning companies and building cities and have Fortune 500, type of environments or communities like Tulsa and North Carolina and Durham. Speaking of, that's a terrorist act if you want to go back even further. Just bombing someone's city and getting rid of a whole community of people in a matter of... Come on, man.
Absolutely.
On Black Wall Street.
They issued a half-ass apology for that, so that should be...
Wait a minute. Is it an apology?
I never...
Like, what's the half-ass apology?
Sorry that happened.
Okay, because one thing that I know that our elites, our government, our corporation, called the United States, one thing that our corporation doesn't do, I don't know if they don't say I'm sorry, or if they don't say I was wrong, because saying I was wrong means
fault. They never say I'm wrong.
Oh, okay. So if you're at fault, then what does that mean?
If you're at fault, you apologize. But in order to say sorry, that means you have to accept responsibility, which is why we've never gotten reparations. We got our 40 acres and the mules, and they snatched that shit back right after the Reconstruction period. So in order to say, oh, yeah, you know what? We was wrong, they would have to say, in order for them to say, yeah, you were right, they would have to say, we were wrong, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm really sorry that happened to you, but we're going to make this better.
So you'll never be able to have the face of terrorism become that because of me. The one with the pen, the pen is more powerful than the sword at times. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them situations.
Yeah, you damn skippy.
You know what I mean? They writing a narrative. They writing the description of who you should look for a president. That's why we only had one. We didn't have a black president. We just had a fourth of a nigga, you know what I'm saying, in office. But,
Well, why was he placed in office?
I ain't saying even a why.
As a shut up. You got what you want, okay? You got this fulfilled. We sold you hope. He sold you hope.
Wrong.
I'm just saying he's not a full...
He was put in...
He's not a full African American.
Understandably so. However, he is what? Half Kenyan. At that time, Bush had destroyed their relationship with Africa. So... But our president is half Kenyan, so then that rebuilds that community. That rebuilds that bond. Because we need that stuff to whatever's running our batteries and our cell phones. We need that.
You sent me that.
Coltan.
That's only in Africa.
That's like that Black Panther movie. Whatever they saying that he got, it's a different name for something. It's probably made up because it's a little story or whatnot. But what's it called? A comic article. But I think that's similar to the coltan, whatever that little product or natural resource or mineral they have. And so, I've heard though that Africa's trying to get back to what Gaddafi was gonna do, and that's get back to one. If they get to one currency, they can run the world.
They do. The whole world is screwed.
Yeah, if they can get back to one currency for Africa, they'll run the world.
Who's Gaddafi's? Does Gaddafi has a successor right now?
I mean, once we took over, I thought they went to a whole democratic thing. You know.
Okay.
If they do, they'll never say.
Yeah.
It will be in their best interest not to.
Yeah, it's like if you were a holistic doctor, you better not say you're holistic.
Otherwise,
shit, we about to
Dr.
Sabi along with what was it, 100 other holistic doctors. The year 2016 ended up vanished,
washing up on the shores and shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
you better keep your blessings in you. Like, hey, don't post this shit don't put it on no social media.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, they so enthused though. They like helping people, so they don't mind sharing. But
that becomes the journey. I have so many things stacked against me, but my job is to heal these people. So if you come against me, I'm gonna heal these people. Therefore, I'm gonna train these people to heal these other people, and we gonna come. Well, you may kill me, but you can't kill them.
Yeah, you can't kill the system, the process that I taught.
Right.
Yeah,
especially the essence of what's working.
Is that how we should view our lives?
What's that?
Yeah.
Like,
because according to Buddhism, you never die.
I believe that.
You keep living on. Even if I'm no longer embodied, I still have a son, and as long as my son keeps reproducing and they keep reproducing, as long as I am alive in somebody's heart, I'm still here.
Yep.
One of my favorite artists is a guy named Mitchie Slick out of San Diego. And, he's like an underground artist. And so my grandparents' side of the family, they from around that way. So that's just kind of how I connect to that. But he said, he's like a, former gangbanger dude, whatever. Oh, triple, double, whatever, what I'm saying, all that. Did all that, proven, whatever. And I like his music. But he was like, you can kill me if you want, but, what I'm saying, I lived through my tattoo on somebody else's arm. I'm gonna live through them. What I'm saying? The stuff that I did and their remembrance of me,
right.
Or my little young G.
It's real shit.
I'm gonna live everything that was about me lives through him. So you can kill me if you want to, but the essence of me has already been passed on to this young guy, and he's gonna pass it on to the next young G underneath him. And I was like, man, that's a cold line. I mean, even I ain't vouching for violence or anything of that nature, but just the theory of the legacy of passing that on, man, I really dig that. You know what I'm saying?
The moment people start believing in death is
you live forever.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's never ending.
So this face of terrorism, just because we're shown what a face of terrorism is doesn't mean we have to subscribe to that shit. I know we've been sold the ticket of what terrorism is. Soon as you asked me that, I was ashamed to say I thought of Bin Laden. First person I thought of.
Right. Yeah, I thought of Middle East. Yeah.
If you flip it, let's look at outside of America's
Saddam
scope.
Hussein. Yeah.
Outside of America's scope. Say we're from Iran with some 7-year-old kid in Iran, Iraq, Middle Eastern country, and all you see is these U.S. soldiers bombing shit and taking shit and killing people, and so
they're the face of terrorism.
America is hell. They would
say what they say, death to Americans. Yeah.
So then we become terrorists to them.
That's what's propaganda. That's the thing about what, like going back to Nick Cannon, what he's saying. As long as you control America's media, you would never know how somebody feel about you in South America, or your worldview. Your worldview will never be a real holistic one, or truly shaped, because it's so controlled here. They can tell you over there they doing this and that, they hate Americans, and then it's like, nah, they really just looking at it like, look, y'all come over there, raping their women and blowing up all their buildings and shooting their family members, I would hate you too.
Just like to touch on the Nick Cannon thing, but big ups to him for that.
Right.
You know, because he could have definitely gone on and continued being a part of something that he didn't believe in, but he's just getting that paper. Was there a defining moment? Like, was he asked to do some kind of role?
They told him to quit being so, lack of better words, it was either ghetto or black or urban. Quit using that type of slang, or quit talking and touching on these things. And he was like, now, I like my job, but y'all can't tell me not to be myself and be less black or whatever you saying. Yeah. He's like, that enough's enough. Like,
so he parted his ways. He's like,
peace. Yeah, so
that's respectable. I mean, I rock with Nick Cannon just because to me, he's the Forrest Gump of the entertainment industry.
Right.
Like I don't think he's great at anything.
Right. But he's every freaking where.
But he's everywhere, and you don't have to be great at anything to do anything. You can do everything and surround yourself with great.
Right.
You can have the intellect that he has. Yeah. The people that he's put on.
Good point.
The people that he's given opportunities to. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about the dude. And for this, what he just did right there, going against conglomerates, like, I'm not going to stop being me.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
Because he would have died. He would have died if he would have continued going with that.
Right. Yeah. Inside, yeah, you mean spiritually.
Yeah.
Who he was on his soul. Yeah, and that's what he said. I feel like y'all want me to sell my soul to this, and I'm not. So that kind of, I was like, okay. You know, you get people with negative comments like, well, you already still owned by the Jew. I'm like, look, man, get it from his pedestal and his platform. I got to give him credit.
Yep.
Right.
You know, because he risked a lot, basically, from where he stands. You know what I'm saying? He's set to probably make another whatever from whatever that show is, America's Got Talent. You know, another season of that, making another 10, 25 million, 30 million, and you like, I'm going to walk away from that. Nigga, you ain't walking away from no 10 million, so get this man some credit.
$9.75 an hour.
Yeah. Get this man some credit. You know what I'm saying? For speaking out and really standing on it. But I do think that's a part of the play. Everything for me goes back to the dollar, Jay. So it's like, if I could crush, you know, the view of, you know, you as a business owner, or you as a conglomerate, or you as a community or whatever, all I got to do is make you look like something that people don't want to be around, or something that people don't want to deal with. White people know they'll lose a country once the reality sets in that, you know what, y'all killed like half of the tribes of Native Americans. You took a bunch of people from their homeland, dropped them off in other islands and other little places before you got to, you know, America. You bombed people here that built stuff. You enslaved them and raped them and did everything that you can think of under the heavens. Yet you still refuse to make the face of terrorism, you know, be the realistic. Like in America, the only terrorist is a white person. No, I wouldn't say only, but the main terrorist is a white person. Look at the acts. You know, look at the...
We're the ultimate.
Yeah.
We're the ultimate in terrorism. America, we have mastered the art of killing.
Yes, we have.
I don't know if we've patented every part of killing. No?
We have mastered the art of throwing rocks and hiding our hands.
That's true, too.
Jay, say it again.
We have mastered the art of throwing rocks and hiding our hands.
That's what the article basically. That's.
Hey y'all, we done with the show, man. That's enough. Hey, appreciate y'all.
See y'all next week.
Right. Just drop that. Good grief.
Right. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. That's what the article is saying. Like, hold on, wait, whoa, back up, pause, hit your brakes. We're not gonna look at it, and then hold on. They alerted the authorities.
Right.
We looked into it. We didn't find. I'm pretty sure you didn't find nothing because they told you it was a white guy that was saying all this fanatical stuff.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't believe it. That you have this Eurocentric Islamic guy, talking about he's about to do some harm to somebody. Like, come on.
But the great thing about it is when you said mastering The art of throwing a rock and hiding your hands. It's amazing that the truth could be put right in front of us and we don't see it because it's too many other rockets of bullshit that we're paying attention to.
Right.
No,
so 25 years later,
people choose not to see it because then that makes you take personal responsibility of what you're not doing.
Yeah, I know you're gonna go there. I'm just saying, like, what the platform is. What the platform is, like, I'm gonna offer you the truth right here. Right. You might not know about it until 25 years later that we did assassinate Dr. Martin Luther King. We'll say it like in the transcripts and things like that, or that there was some substantial evidence about 9/11.
The levees that broke.
Yeah. Some things. Beams were pre-cut.
Right. TNT explosions. Bombs went off.
A planned demolition.
Right.
We'll tell you the truth, but it'll be later.
Vanishing airplanes.
Huh?
It's a vanishing plane.
The digital airplane. Yeah.
Vanishing planes that incinerate what buildings don't.
Yeah.
Huh. Right. So, where is that plane at the hit?
The second building.
It should at least be in the Bronx somewhere.
Or the plane that.
Or the Hudson.
Pentagon.
Yeah.
Incinerated, but
I saw a thing on there talking about like, well, hold on, you hit the
incinerated, but the building didn't.
That's some great narrating right there. That's some great, like, whoever's writing the narrative to this.
I hate to go back and double up and reference Nick Cannon, but he said it best. He was like, one thing he knows why white people are successful because they don't mind coming together to have a meeting and really plan something out.
Let's have a meeting.
Like,
I saw that stand up.
You remember that? They was like, me. Did you see how fast he jumped and ran? Time to have a meeting.
Yeah.
And figure out how to, we'll make them work on the plantation, but we also make them, wear our shoes and dunk on, on Sundays and Thursdays and Wednesday and Friday nights as well. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know I just took a little shot.
No. Needed. Yeah. Absolutely needed.
That's real game. I mean,
But you have to underline this too. The Caucasians that meet with each other could hate the guts out of each other, but they will come together.
Yes, they will.
They say, I hate you. I hate everything about you, Paul. But we're going to come together and we're going to defeat the super monster.
Right.
We can get back to hating each other, but we're going to collectivize.
We're going to make sure we run it. We're going to make sure people like you and myself that look like us are in control and have all the power and control the systems. We can argue from there. We can battle and fight from there, but we'll argue over who's going to be the next president, but other than that, pretty much in control.
What's Jay? What is it, Jay?
Because we'll meet.
No.
They'll buy. They'll own. I mean, they'll scam to do it all, but their whole objective is to own you. You know what I'm saying? It's like pimping on a whole nother level, man, with these guys. It's really guerrilla pimping because they really come in with the strong arm first. You know what I'm saying?
It's the most passive-aggressive pimping I've ever seen. That's where it is
How
now.
so, man? Explain that.
Yes, please do.
Well, things are taken by force without being told that they're taken.
Ooh.
But your freedoms, liberties, things that you think you have, you got you a nice house. You in suburbia or whatever.
Right.
You've got all these toys showing that you're successful, but all you're doing is working for a conglomerate that doesn't give a shit about you, but you feel good, but we're making money off your back.
Oh, my goodness.
But you feel free because you can fly places and you can go to the store, you can go around the corner if you want to, and you can drive up to Mall of America and go to the outlet. Like, you can do shit like that. You can even go out of the country, but we will scare you when it comes to going out of the country because you find out the truth. Yeah, you may find out some things outside of the U.S. news where it's like, oh shit.
Right. Yeah, that's
the most profound thing I learned when I went to Rio and we went to the South Side where all the black people, or they look like me because they're not considered black. We went to the South Side and we were asking them, so are you considered a black Brazilian? And one of the guys was like, I don't understand why you keep saying that. Like, no, we're just Brazilian. Only America does that. And he was like, and technically, there's a South America, so we're all Americans, but you guys took the name.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. I never really.
It's an American. Stupid Americans.
He was like, only you guys do that.
Right. We are all Americans. Yeah, you're right. We are from both.
He said we're all Americans. A. B. There are no black Brazilians or white Brazilians. We're all Brazilian. Only y'all separated by color.
And teach other people to do it.
It's a nice play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they mastered the racism at its finest, man. Because in order for it to be classified as racism, you have to have control over the system.
Yeah. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. You got control of the system to have racism, and we definitely know. I mean, how many presidents has it been?
45.
And one of them is, like I said, a fourth black or whatever, or African American, whatever you want to say. African.
He is technically African American.
Right. So,
literally
44-1. We gotta wait another 44 more presidents to get one more black president.
They're not gonna let that happen again.
Huh?
They're not gonna let that.
You got one shot. You got one shot.
Who is it?
You
got one shot. Who is it?
Oh, for the next one?
Yeah, black president.
Hell, I'm running.
You, huh?
I'm running for president.
Man, I have to come back to that. I can't even think.
I can be president and I'm running.
Yeah, I can't think, man, of someone. Well, I can't think of anyone who I'm expecting to make my life better.
Thank you.
I'm not even looking for the president for that anymore.
No, so you're not gonna find your hope and your livelihood in the man that they call president.
Hell no. He or she's dealing with foreign policy. If I'm looking for any kind of hope for any change in where I'm staying, I'm thinking locally.
Right.
Alderman, mayor, governor.
Right.
They're handling local issues.
True.
We don't, and we don't have lobbyists. Our people, African American, melanated, we don't have anyone in our pocket. We don't have any lobbyists that we're paying to represent us.
Right. Well, that is true. I met some.
And we're expecting some difference to happen. Shit's not happening until we hire someone.
But we have to pull our money together to do that.
Oh yeah, we have to pull our money.
We have to work together to actually do this.
Yeah.
AJ.
This $1.2 trillion together.
We have to actually be on the same page as a people. I think it's possible one day. Don't know how soon that's gonna be, but I think it's possible.
It's possible. It only takes one generation to change something.
Yeah.
Well, this is damn sure the generation.
That it is.
We show you right.
Because we've had this conversation before. We're seeing our parents and how they got feared into doing and not doing a lot of things because of our grandparents and where they just came out of. So we're showing our parents different things. Right. Oh, there is no advantage of staying at a job for 30 years. Right. 30?
Right.
For a bullshit pension?
And a pen.
And a pen?
Well, 30 years
and a little cake. Says
they're gonna be giving her IOUs.
We'll get it to you eventually. We'll have to wait to hire some other young robots, right, so they can work and pay for you on the 15th of every month.
Right. That's how the game go, man. But again, it goes back to our original topic. What are we gonna be known for? What are we gonna be known for? Like you said, being super predators. Are people with a similar complexion? Are they gonna be known as terrorists? What are we known for? Are we just known for ignorant black African Americans who, make excuses? It's gonna be what we known for. We know the Eurocentric point of view is known for. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much gathered that and can grasp that. I think that's going to be the key and the factor to be like, like you said, what legacy do you want to leave? It's going to start with one individual person saying, I need to leave a legacy. It's that important. And then having a conversation with other people about how important that is to leave that legacy. Because without that, it's like we hoping, man. We hoping and wishing for like some type of savior to be like, you know what?
But why is that?
I mean, we trained
because we got conditioned to depend. We got conditioned to depend upon someone else to provide us.
But like you always say,
here's your chains, here's your Bible.
But that's like you always say.
I'm gonna force feed you,
right? But like Jace always say, now that we know how that information, now where do we go? We know it now, where do we go?
Well, yeah, that's the great thing in knowing instead of harking about, oh, this is what we did. This happened to us. This happened to us. Oh, my God, I can't believe this happened to us.
Again.
From going from that standpoint to transitioning to, okay, it happened to us. Shit, we're not getting an apology. We're not getting reparations.
Right.
The former slave owners got reparations. The Jews got reparations. Right. And you still expecting us to fucking have reparations?
Not gonna happen.
Take that shit out your vocabulary. It's not happening.
What I feel the issue is, we can't come together because we're too caught up on who God is. Like Nation of Islam can't sit with the Christians. The Christians can't sit with the pagans. The pagans can't sit with whoever. So on and so forth. It's too many. We are too concerned and caught up in what the religious factor is. I think we could move past the religious factor and we all sit down like we'll talk. Then we can work some out.
That's funny.
But until we move past religious dogma, which has been conditioned, no matter whether you're Christian and we became a slave, or you're Nation of Islam, there's the dogma or the real Islam. Not saying that Nation is not real.
Hey man, first thing I'm gonna say is just going on along with that, if people would read it and say to love thy neighbor as thyself. So if you're talking about loving your neighbor as yourself, but the first thing you do is find all the reasons why you don't even want to sit in the same room with them. Come on, man, you gotta watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really see what you on, because you at that point you perpetrating, you faking. You know what I'm saying? And that's for anybody. You know what I mean? That's for anybody, any worship, assembly, denomination, faith. There's a lot of faking going on.
It is.
So we seeing those results when we look out in our own community, especially with black people, because we are the over spiritual. Like, that was the only thing you had to be free. You know what I'm saying? For that little 2 or 3 hours you got. So they poured everything into it.
Yeah.
And so now in 2017, people still think like they in 1856 or something like
Here's
that.
your way to stay safe and stay alive.
And nigga,
and
this
you
ain't
ended up going to it.
1856. Get out of that building. Nigga, we ain't gotta sit in this barnyard and hope and grab this and just look up in the sky. Nigga, please.
Can I read this quote real quick? Okay. A people will never be free when they worship a God assigned to them, and they can never respect a black father in the home when they have a white father hanging on the wall. End quote. Dr. Henrik Clark.
Henrik Clark. Is he still alive?
I don't think my man is with us anymore.
Oh, okay. That would be.
There's a reason why I held on to that.
Yeah.
In my phone. We don't even have our own God, man. Our God was assigned to us.
All right.
We do have our own God.
It was told.
I get it. I'm just saying.
But we do have our own God.
Yeah, right. I agree. I'm just saying, from a general standpoint, we got a God assigned to us. And we believed in that when God was already here. It was right there.
People, what you saying though, bro?
Go ahead.
Think about what the topic is. If I'm going to control you and make you have fear, I'm going to always say, it ain't me that you need to fear. But if I say you need to have hope and who you need to look to, it's definitely me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's definitely somebody that looks exactly like me or kind of close to me. All right? If you need to hope in something, to believe in something,
you better
trust. You better look at me. Yes. But if you need to fear something, it needs to look like them or anything other than me. You got that? All right, bring it in. We're gonna break.
Okay, ready, break.
That's the game plan.
The face of terror.
And we in a time frame where now we more what people call woke. But I just think we being real as far as what's been given. You know what I'm saying? As far as what's been played and the cards that's on the table, we just wise enough to have our eyes open to see what's been played. Like,
bullshit. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I ever seen it.
But it was decorated though. It was decorated and
That's
it was
a nice
convinced.
decoration, but that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Steph Aganago.
I mean, then people I know I talk to, you know, y'all know I dive into that word and I try to talk to like preachers and stuff, and they be like, well, you know, you just supposed to let God just, you know, fix them. And I'm like, look, for my time in this short life I got, you know what I'm saying? You want me to be sitting back talking about just waiting for them to fix them. You know what you're going to tell the next generation? The same thing. And you know what's told the generation before that? The same thing. And you know what's changed? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that you ain't right, my brother. You know what I'm saying? You wrong. Matter of fact, you might be
I had a conversation.
You might be, you know what I'm saying, just on the wrong team. You know what I'm saying?
I had a
or playing
conversation
for the wrong
with my
team.
client
A merchant of death.
My client the other day, and we were
Merchant.
talking about this same topic, and I was like, "Dang, I lost my thought." You kept talking.
My bad. I'll blame it on me.
Y'all were talking. Y'all was having the
It's not my
same.
fault.
Y'all was having the same topic, talking about what? Okay, something with
Same
religion,
conversation.
God being assigned to us.
I lost.
And I was saying, oh, you want me to say what I was saying?
Go ahead. I mean,
Maybe that spark. You
It'll
lost
come
it.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. You know what I'm saying? It'll come back. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, just run me over next time.
It's okay.
I don't want you to lose a good thought, because I felt like whatever you was about to say, I felt it. You know, I felt like it was about to be like
Dang.
super duper good.
It was profound.
And something that people want to eat off of and listen to. So, you know, y'all gotta definitely tune in, because that definitely might come back in another episode, because we rabbit trail.
It's gonna be
We always
so
did that.
random.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about, you know,
Right, like, oh shit! Remember that time we was talking about this? This is what I was
right.
And we're not gonna edit. We're not gonna edit that into this original conversation. We're gonna continue,
Right.
because we do. Hey, I love the rabbit trailing because it's just great to paint pictures. Shit, I don't know.
Open ended.
Yeah.
Hey, so my guy, Denver Ghost, was basically telling me, even down in their hometown in Denver, it was like, even there, like, okay, skip national news, but even in the city itself, it was a downplay. You know, and so when you look at the like, why, you know, is it are we being not racist? Are we being you know, biased when we say, hey, you're not doing this because X, Y, Z? Are we being biased when we say that?
And this is what I learned at Uzazi Village. Shout out to Uzazi again. This is what I learned in class, and it's so funny because all three of our classes, or two classes, excuse me, are saying the same thing over and over. It's when you think of a racist, you think of a racist person doing racist shit, but it's not that racist person doing racist shit. It's just like 2% of racism.
Right.
The bias is systemic. It's beyond the little people. It's the big people.
Right.
It's the corporations. It's the organizations. It's written into the system. It's the bylaws, the rules and regulations.
Right.
It's
Way beyond. So why didn't it get played? Because that's how our system is set up.
Exactly. So it's no surprise there.
But it's great to even it is amazing to even know that it's being downplayed. Like, yeah, we're gonna downplay it, and we're gonna move on to something else.
Right.
That's some
In
passive
other
aggressive
news,
pimping right there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's just it'll go straight from this unfortunate guy lost his life. You know, he was appeared to be a pillar in the community. You know, just trying to take care of his family, helping some people on some directions, trying to get to the right station or whatnot.
Right.
He's gone.
It's the senseless act of this one person.
Yeah.
It's not ISIS. It's just this one person.
Oh.
It ain't everything we've been telling you that to look for. It's
right. It's
actually
not that at all.
It's actually the
one
person telling you.
individual. It's not because of this organization. It's just this one.
He actually
individual.
looks like the guy that's been pointing the finger at everybody else. That's who he looks like. He looks like the guy that been pointing a finger at everybody else.
Oh,
so we make sure that we'll just throw it out there, but we can't make sure. I mean, we got to make sure that this story don't last, too long, or people might begin to think like, well, hold
or
on.
maybe in a parallel universe that he wasn't an Islamic extremist. Maybe he was the fall guy.
Oh,
we've seen that. Great.
He's your Jason Bourne,
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get rid of him.
You gotta kill him, huh?
We're gonna make you hate Saddam Hussein. We're gonna make you hate Osama bin Laden. Not because of the character of who the person is, but he has something that I want.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Not for us as a whole, but for just like me and a few other people. Right. But I'm gonna make you hate this person so we can have permission to go get that.
Oh yeah. We always eyed what somebody wants. You did talk about Kuwait.
And then when they go after it, they go, well, you guys gave us permission because we told you, we gave you the information. You said, okay, go.
Mm-hmm.
When you saying
so then again, they still do the rocks and hit their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even with us.
Yeah. What were we looking for first? Weapons of mass destruction. Didn't find anything. Stayed there. Why are we here? No weapons of mass destruction. Oh yeah, it's oil. That oil game. All right. Yeah. Okay.
No, it was Al Qaeda.
Oh, Al Qaeda. And hold on. I want to say one more thing. Not only was it the oil, it was the opium too, because the Middle East is like the #1 manufacturer of opium. So you talking about heroin, and you talking about the industry of drugs in general, legal drugs, over the counter and shit like that. Like that all goes back to opium. And the healthcare business is big, and that's one of the issues with America right now, because that's all privately owned, privately funded, and it's big. It's $1 trillion business.
Big farm is
big
farm.
Shit. Yeah, it's like, man, Farmy is doing better than coke, weed, and pills. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He's killing the game. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to make everyone else look like the enemy, because while you're looking at them, we got our hands in your pockets. While you're looking over that way.
Nice play.
Ultimate pickpocket.
Nice play.
Ultimate pickpocket, man. Look up. Look at them. They just so wrong over there. And while you're looking over there, they getting you right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of foreigners say, when black people go over to play basketball, a lot of guys I talk to, they be like, man, y'all country, man, it just don't make sense how they always talking about, rights and do this the right way. And it's like, y'all do y'all people so wrong. But yet they always talking about, what I'm saying, their country is great. And
policing the world, but not policing ourselves.
Exactly.
No internal affairs. And
if it is one, it's going to be internal. It's going to be the same. We'll be our own internal affairs.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, for our taxes, we get to be the IRS too. You know what I'm saying?
Go deeper.
So basically, as we evaluate, what we owe and what we don't owe, we'll decide if that's right or not, even though we also the source of the business too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, I wonder if I'm going to just I wonder if I'm going to write this red flag up for myself and turn myself in to myself to tell myself, hey, man, you owe more money.
Wow, this guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real sickening, man.
Yeah.
That's real sick.
I wonder, you said it's sickening, and it absolutely is. And we talk about so many behaviors and what people, the elites, the powerful, go along with. Does it even get to the point where they don't even realize what the difference between right and wrong is? Like, is it just functional now?
Oh, yeah.
Is it just not personal? Like,
well, I'm saying, you say right
that's
and
a
wrong.
Good point. I like
what is right and wrong?
Whoever dictated what right and wrong is, for
right
the most part.
It's a morality factor. So
yeah.
If I say the sky is blue, you say it's purple. At the end of the day, I still think it's blue. You still think it's purple.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to who has opinion. You know what I'm saying? They write the narratives. They write the law. Who will write the law? I could say, you know what, Jay? If you wear glasses, AJ, I think that's a crime. I don't care if you can't see, but since I got the pen, it's a crime. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know that's going to blind you in a certain way, but I know that's also going to be beneficial for me because you can't see as far as my eyes can see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On a deeper level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, it goes back to, that power to be. Yeah, like you said, whatever the morale, whatever we say it can be. It could not be that if I don't want it to be that. But if it's gonna play into our favor, if we huddle, you know, like Candace said, let's do our meeting. We say, look, this will work best for us. You know, we not as this and that. We can't really withstand as much sun. You know, we're not physically as gifted as, you know, these other human beings, God creations.
Keep going.
You know, our minds can go. So we got pretty decent minds to organize.
Mm-hmm.
But look at what the stuff they built in their own country. Look at the things they come from. You know what I'm saying?
With no cranes, no forklifts.
Even looking at the place we at now, it look like they already been here before.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we need to come up with something that will keep them at a disadvantage. Well, it can't be all physical because they seem to keep coming up like roaches. They keep coming from nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be something that's going to bar them, you know, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
So we can.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I told my client the other day.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Lynch is the most genius man ever to be born.
Yeah, he's absolutely a prophet.
He's fucking genius.
Who you say?
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch. Oh yeah, go ahead, go on.
Lynch is fucking genius.
Go, come on, man.
And
We
this
got
is
to
why I
talk
say
about
this
this.
because we had this conversation because my client, of course, is white, and we were talking back and forth as we do always. And I was like, Willie Lynch is fucking phenomenal. Because how long ago did he write this letter on how to keep people enslaved in the mind? But he said it in the mind.
Yeah.
He broke it down
Right.
from then until this very day.
Do you know how much obsession that you would have to study someone's
That's
mind?
some
Like,
hatred for your ass.
yeah.
What'd you
But
call
I
it?
wonder if it's hatred or
Not
if it's
hatred.
just I'm gonna
It's
pose like I'm hating you so much, but I
not really
envy you
hatred.
so.
It's passive aggressive pimping, like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about the pimping. It's like, you know what? What they always say: if you can control the mind, the body gonna follow, right?
Absolutely.
So it's just the same. What's the difference? This guy called this
And he's
200 some
so
years ago.
Freaking awesome that he doesn't even gotta be around. He doesn't even have to be around.
Ugh.
I don't even gotta be around. You know what?
Just
Y'all
send me
don't
the
even
money.
gotta be around.
Western Union, me the money.
I don't even gotta be around.
I ain't gotta be there.
Just get this one. You don't gotta oversee.
Oh,
you don't gotta
man.
micromanage. Just send me one. We're gonna make an example of this one, and this one is gonna get everybody else in line.
That's
That's crazy because I still use it as a parenting tactic. If I got a group of kids,
Right.
I'm gonna get the oldest one. If everybody fuck
yeah.
up, I'm coming for you.
That's
So
how I
they gonna
coach.
keep everybody in line.
That's how I coach my teams. I recognize who my best player is, and when they, you know, when we talking about building their trust and respect, I demand it from them, because then everybody else everybody know, like, well, it's the top guy and he's demanding it from him. So who am I?
everybody else is going
else,
to
they got to
fall in line.
fall in line.
formation.
So, yeah.
So we're gonna beat this one daddy in front of his kids and his wife.
Go deeper.
Oh, my
Go
goodness.
deeper than
we
beat.
need to talk about
Go
that.
deeper than beat.
Buck break them.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna
Have them commit homosexual acts.
Yep.
buck breaking
Okay.
and
Castrate.
castrate and just
Is that
be him
literally
within
castrating them?
an inch of his life. So then you'll know the mama's gonna be like, this not finna happen to our kids. We finna fall in line.
That's
And
right.
they're gonna tell everybody. It's gonna be by word of mouth. Hey, this is what happened to my husband.
Yep.
We're not gonna do this because this is what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
And then you perpetuate that
Time.
generation,
Generation.
Multiplication. Multiply.
And
I mean,
then here we are.
You better not be
500
sassing
years,
him.
500 years later.
Willie Lynch seemed to have as much strength as Jesus.
Boom.
Oh, and you know what? I'm glad you said that, because when you start talking about the black community and how much we have an affinity, or how much we say we know Jesus, and then you look at the power of words of a mere man who still resonate today, we ought to be ashamed of ourselves, man. Just being real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For all that we pour into our faith or whatever we call it, and then this is a mere man saying, this is how you control them, and it's still resonating to today.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably has just as much. I tell my wife this. I said, when I look out where I live, I see the same thing that I saw in the 80s: guns, drugs, and murder. And I see more churches. So I say the only logical thing to think is whatever you're doing not working. Whatever you're doing is not working.
It's not working.
It's not working because we still see guns, drugs, and murder. Now I can go right outside to Johnson County and Blue Springs and Lee Summit and other different places outside that corridor, and I'm like, it don't look like this.
Mm-hmm.
They don't operate like this. So, and they communities are not heavily populated with African Americans. So what's the why? Is God mad at black people? No, of course not.
Well, no, absolutely not. But reading certain parts of the Bible, it would be assumed that God hates black people.
I mean, if you can interpret it that way,
according to the
when you talk about Ham and
yeah.
I was going to say, according to some religious groups.
Yeah, and that was always used. That was used on the plantation.
Uh-huh.
You know, I heard Latter-day Saints. That's a part of their
like Israelites.
Yeah, it's like, yo, Ham, y'all. You know, sorry for y'all. Y'all like to curse people, so white people are just gonna be above y'all. You know, so.
But who wrote the version of the Bible that we read?
King James.
And who? Excuse me. He facilitated. He
okay.
didn't write.
Okay.
Shakespeare wrote in there. Some other elites.
We talking about the Council of Nicaea?
Nope, I'm not. Who wrote your King James version?
I'm not that good in history, so I'm not gonna let you make
literally
me. Go ahead.
King James oversaw.
I mean, we know it was under his rule, right?
Yeah, it was under his rule, but he oversaw the production of the modern day Bible.
Right.
But there were definitely several authors, including William Shakespeare, who wrote.
What he wrote? Proverbs?
Psalms.
Psalms? I can see Shakespeare all in that.
Psalms. I mean, there are several authors of that time that contributed to the production of the King James Version Bible that we read today.
That's a danger. That's another topic because that's heavy. And here's the reason why I say that. It's a Eurocentric point of view, right? We still live under a Eurocentric point of view.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have to basically, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just saying you have to weigh it and say, well, what's going on here? It kind of sounds like a little fishy here.
Yep.
It kind of seems like you kind of wrote that.
So
you could have possibly, yeah, exactly. You could have possibly wrote this in to kind of favor yourself.
Yeah.
Right? That's just a natural bias. And people like yourself didn't know it was gonna last until 2017, and still be on.
It's still out there.
Genius.
But I'm just saying. So, I mean, that's that. I mean, because you could always get deeper and go read Hebrew, which what they read supposedly. But what if they didn't know if they was really translating it right?
This last month, I have a copy of the Quran that has English and Arabic translation, a copy of the Torah that has, I guess, Hebrew and English translation. I have some other religious texts that have Hebrew and English translation. I just combed through it because I'm not a big religious person. I was like, this just said the same shit. It says the same thing in the same exact order.
That thing is dangerous.
The same thing. 3 different books, basically, with different words, with different God names, in the same exact order. They
all speak to each other. In the Bible, it talks about how powerful Ishmael would be. It does. It says his people were going to be powerful. They're going to have their own religion, and they're going to run parts of the world. And I think that was Isaac's brother or something like that. Yeah. So you got both monotheistic faiths. You got one that's Islam, you got one that's Christianity, but it says it's there. They gonna beef forever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but within that, I'd be like, okay, where do Europeans come in that port?
Hijacking.
Yeah, like
they know how to do. Like, we gonna hijack your shit.
Yeah.
To where it's mine now.
And maybe hijacking and running into a building.
Yes, digital or not.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
We're going to sell this ran into a building. One is going to go into a building, then we're going to sell the other one.
And then when they ask us questions, we're going to write a book and say,
I don't know.
Do it look like we would be the type of people that do this? Look at the face of terror.
And there we have it.
Look at the face of your savior.
It's them. It's them. They're the terror. It's not me.
Although some of those guys were U.S. military trained, but that's beside the point.
That's just a minor detail.
Yeah, minor detail. Oh no, those are alternative facts.
Alternative facts.
I like that. But that's an alternative fact, though. You was in the room with the chick, right? Yeah, but that's an alternative fact. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with, mainstream.
Well,
crazy.
I mean, it's up to us. It's up to us whether we, just because something is offered to you, just because some information is offered to you, doesn't mean that you take it for face value.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. I encourage everybody to watch V for Vendetta because V said that.
You put me on the V for Vendetta.
He said, "I know why you did it. You did it to be safe. You did it so you wouldn't have to deal with it. But now it's a problem. You created this monster, and now it's time to take it down." Everybody go watch V for Vendetta. It's a great movie.
It's a great movie that will not be talked about in the masses because it would make people
actually use their brains and think.
Yeah. And that movie, when they hit the scene?
Take responsibility. I think 2005.
I knew 05, 06. Yeah.
Not bad. Not too far ago.
Take responsibility for their own actions. Why is this happening? Because we allow it to happen. Mm-hmm. Why is the government the way the government is? Because we allow it to happen.
It ain't no different than... Go ahead.
Government means control, and ment means mind, the derivative. Mind, government, mind control. I just wanted to touch on that.
That's it.
There you go. But I'm just saying, but why is it this way? Because we allow it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we move past beyond black, white, Hispanic, the people are allowing this to happen.
I agree.
And as long as we keep fighting each other, as long as it's the white people's fault, as long as the Islamics, as long as they're terrorists in our eyes, as long as we do not change our personal biases, our personal racist thought process, our personal whatever, they still win.
I agree.
Because we're not thinking about anything for self-progress.
It's not even that. I mean, you look at the way we look at our own people.
So he's saying, have many of us, we've picked up a racist mentality when the definition, the whole system of racism was used against us, but we're having racist mentalities when it comes to certain shit.
Not certain, all.
Well, I'd like to say certain just for the simple fact of some unconditioning, but I see your point. But okay, yeah, all. So then we have to take it upon ourselves to uncondition shit and then recondition to whatever truth we find.
Right. So I always say, well, what's the next step? How do we move on? We move on by reconditioning our own minds on an individual level. Because I can't help you until I help myself. But I can help you while I'm helping myself.
True.
Yeah. That's if you're asking for it.
Yeah, that's very... You gotta be in a position...
Man, convincing shit.
Yeah.
Not a convincing business. That is the only thing I picked up from Primerica. I'm not in the convincing business.
That's funny.
That's it.
Yeah.
Out of all the stuff I heard, that's the only thing that stuck.
That is true. I mean, that is very true. And so, with that said, when you look at... Going back to your, original topic. And this is a pretty heavy one. I know y'all liking this convo. Yeah, because we going on. We went past an hour.
We went past an hour.
So, y'all definitely got to tap in with us and comment on this one.
Terrorism?
What is the face of terror to you? What do you think has been done to formulate that? Whatever yours is.
It's time to do a self-assessment.
It is. There you go.
Terrorism? I'm a terrorist. You're a terrorist. You're a terrorist.
Right.
It's based on your thought process.
That's some honesty for your ass.
Right.
And I can be honest. I can be like, oh, I've said it. I can go out and be like, oh, it's too many black people here. I've said it.
I have said it too.
Of course. Too many niggas in this mug.
Yep.
Working at the department, I'm like, oh, I know this gonna be a problem.
Are you like, man, we gonna slide by such and such, man? It be a lot of niggas up in there. Right. If it is, I ain't going.
How about this? How about I know that if it's a bunch of us and like say we about to go swimming or something like that, then everybody else who isn't us get out of the pool. Get out the pool. Damn near immediately.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not talking about what they do. I'm talking about what you do.
Yeah.
That was just an assessment.
That was just kind of an assessment, right? You know what I mean? Like,
I just realized that.
I mean, you know, I've been thinking that.
I've been thinking.
But yeah, it's time to
How many
pick
jokes
yourself
have
up.
you made?
How many what?
Jokes have you made about Islamic Muslims?
Anything to keep however many it took to stop you from feeling so guilty about who you are, or guilty about what someone told you are. So we make so many Mexican jokes.
Right. It's deflect though.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be about take the focus off me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really want you to see that it's a inefficiency.
Right.
All right. What is deficiency? So let's go ahead and talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Let's not talk about our self-hate. Let's talk about...
Yeah, why is like 8 or 9 of them living in a 3-bedroom house?
Mm-hmm.
And they saving money and they all got jobs. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But they about to build another 2 or 3 houses on the block at the next tax sale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know. That's that, man.
Yeah,
that's the face of hard work. That's what that is.
That's the face of hard work.
Yeah, and a good plan, you know. It's like we the only last, and this is my last thing. Sometimes it seems like black people are the last people to call that meeting. I've heard in Asian communities they meet regularly to talk about what's going on, what needs to be done to raise their property value up, what can they do to bring more attention to their businesses in their respective areas. Same thing with the Latin American community. Same thing with the Jewish community, as we know, and the rest of the white community. But in the black community, it's always that lack of.
Because we've been conditioned that it's not okay to do anything until we're given the okay to do something.
And then be apprehensive when it comes to someone that looks like me because they're trying to take me out.
Exactly. It's a crap.
They're trying to steal from me.
Super predator.
Yeah.
And about the law.
Jay?
On top of the fact you can't listen because I'm right. And I'm right because I think this way and I think it's right. And if you go against what I think is right, then I don't want to be in the same room with you because I'm right.
Yeah. Am I right or am I right?
Am I right or am I right?
Am I white or am I white? I don't know what that means. I just had to say it. Had to say it. It just felt good at that point in time.
Relief.
Yeah. Jay, we appreciate you bringing this heat. This was this was pertinent. Yet again. So anybody else got anything to say?
Hey man.
Until next time it is, man. This ConneKC, you know what it is. Hey, follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, because we coming with the content.
I know we got
Like it, support it, share it, subscribe.
And it's okay to have questions that you don't know answers to, because we don't have the answers. We looking for the answers.
Straight up.
Well, as always, stay elevated.
Peace.
Maze Production.
Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da-da.